It's truly a blessing, man. With all this stuff that's going on in this city, a kid from Inglewood got something positive going on. That makes me feel so good, man. Well, this shoe is great. This is great, but I can't explain this. I can't. Went through so much, and to have like true fans, that means a lot to me, and I know it means a lot to my family, because we ain't supposed to be here at all, but God made a way. Yeah. This is just truly unreal, and I'm just happy that I have true fans out there.
Told you. Hey, Jax.
You can hear it in the distance. You can hear police telling us to get down. Someone opened fire just blocks away from our TV crew. An additional 7 gunshots could be heard as police ran toward the scene. You see them there. Unclear if anyone was injured from that gunfire. Thankfully, our crew is fine tonight.
Joshua Davis was shot and killed after a confrontation with several men at 11:30 last night. Family members say that Davis was on his way to a friend's house when he was shot at 69th and Damon Avenue.
It was my little brother that was like the other half of my heart, man. And he gone now.
Kids killing kids, mothers burying their kids. How is this humanly possible that we as people cannot get these teenagers under control? I don't get it.
Jefferson was a teenager made more mature by motherhood. The 17-year-old had a 1-year-old son and was 6 months pregnant with her second child when she was gunned down not far from her Marquette Park home. She died from her injuries, but doctors at Advocate Christ Medical Center were able to deliver her son.
The baby at this point, he's fighting for his life. He's not breathing on his arm.
While Debbie Jefferson remains hopeful the baby will survive, she and Sharnez's brother are devastated by the violence that took the teen's life.
If you're really angry about the verdict, if you're really concerned about the plight of the African American in this country, if you're angry that a young black teenager was killed in Florida and there was no justice, you know where you should be? You should be in Chicago. Because since the night Trayvon Martin was killed, over 700 black teenagers have been killed on the streets of Chicago alone. Why is the 700 black teens killed in Chicago less important than the 1 black teenager killed in Sanford, Florida? I'll tell you why. Because when we talk about the 700 black teens killed in Chicago, we're not going to polarize blacks against whites in this country. How long do you think it's going to take for Americans to forget about Trayvon Martin? Is it going to be 2 pitches into the All-Star game tonight? Is it going to be 15 seconds after Kate Middleton has her baby? I mean, all the people who Facebooked and tweeted the night that the verdict came out, how angry they were that a young black man was killed and he didn't get justice. You think those people are going to head down to Chicago? You think they're going to hand out pamphlets and protest in the street? Of course not, because they don't care about the death of young black kids. They don't even care about the death of Trayvon Martin. They tweet about Trayvon Martin the same way they tweet about the Super Bowl or the freaking Oscars, and then they go on with their lives. I mean, 1 black teenager killed in Sanford, Florida is a tragedy. 700 black teenagers killed in Chicago is a freaking epidemic.
Q is the 17th letter in the alphabet, marking the last bullet shell Chicago police found when they responded to a call of shots fired in Englewood tonight. The balloons were arranged for Sonia Stephanie, heading off this night for prom, but instead witnessing the death of her big brother, 22-year-old Marshawn Stephanie, and a 26-year-old man, struck down by unknown assailants.
We live right here. They came shooting in front of our house.
Do you have any idea why this might have happened?
No, I don't. My brother don't be in no man.
A 3-year-old boy has been shot to death on the city's west side, and it happened at a home there overnight. Family members and neighbors are emotional today over the incident, and there are a lot of unanswered questions about the circumstances.
You never get used to hearing a mother's moans and cries when she loses a child. Hadiah Pendleton was killed this afternoon, gunned down in a park near her high school on Chicago's South Side.
What would you say to the people who pulled the trigger?
Shame on you. Shame on you. Really? Like, what were you thinking? These are just children.
Witnesses told police the 15-year-old sophomore had just finished taking exams at King College Prep. Classes were dismissed early, so Pendleton and her friends went to the park to hang out. Moments later, witnesses say a young man appeared with a gun and randomly started shooting.
How many more? How many more? How many more colleges? How many more classrooms?
How many more movie theaters?
How many more houses of faith?
How many more shopping malls?
How many more street corners?
How many more?
How many more?
Enough. 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 Enough.
Demand a plan.
Right now. As a mom.
As a dad. As a friend.
As a husband.
As a wife.
As an American.
As an American.
As an American.
As a human being.
For the children of Sandy Hook.
Demand a plan. No more lists of names. It's not too soon.
It's too late.
Now is the time.
Before we all know someone who loved someone on that list.
No more lists.
No more.
Who they might have been. No more.
If we had just done something yesterday. It's time.
We can do better than this.
We can do better than this.
It's time.
It's time.
It's time for our leaders to act.
Demand a plan. Right now.
Right now.
You! Demand it!
Enough.
Enough.
Enough.